Welcome to Nature Spirit Academy, where we practice wholesome traditions to navigate and restore our connection with Earth Mother. Today, we're going to talk about portals. The English definition for portal is a gateway, a doorway, other entrances, especially a large and imposing one, which provides access to go in or to get out. So, a spiritual portal is a person, place, or object that is a channel for a spiritual being to travel to and from the physical realm. Okay, so with this season coming up, the Day of the Dead, Halloween, we're celebrating spirits from now all the way through to Christmas. So today I want to talk about the different portals, but I'm not going to touch every single one. But for the sake of this season that we're in, I'm going to just talk about the portals that's dealing with Day of the Dead. Okay. The type of portals I'm going to go over right now, it's basically going to be just seasonal. Ancient time and even current time, participants of certain sacred religions, they believe that around this time that the portal between the realm of the living and the dead opens, and lost souls, they can return to the human occupied earth. I don't agree that it's just lost souls. I believe that the portals are here and it's just around this time of the year. It's more powerful. I don't believe the souls are lost or it's only lost souls. I believe a lot of different spirits can come through. It's not just lost souls. Okay. So there are many locations on earth, all over the earth, where they're considered to be spiritual or powerful energies, which would be portals. So the list that I have 10 places, but I have the places here in the US. I'm not saying the US is the only place that have portals, but I just thought it would be nice since this is where I am. But you can find portals all over the world. So I'm going to say India, Nigeria, Africa, Nigeria is in Africa, Asia, Haiti, Jamaica, Europe, Japan. There's portals all over the world. I purposely name, different countries because I don't want, just because I'm going to read this is just the US for people to think I'm saying, oh, it's just the US. I know how things get. So, some of the 10 most spiritual places in the US, they're considered to be sacred because the native people created a bond. The first place is Sedona, Arizona. It's been said to have very powerful energy vortex. And then Big Island, Hawaii, the goddess Pali. She resides there, so it's considered to be a very powerful place. Joshua Tree, California. It's been known to be very mysterious. Mount Shasta, California. It's considered to be the Earth's root chakra. Taos, New Mexico. Let me see about this one. It's there's a lot of chapels that date back all the way to the 1540. Santa Fe, New Mexico. Crater Lake, Oregon. It has one of the deepest lake. That lake used to be a volcano. Moab, Utah. There's a place that's called Baha'i House of Worship, and that's in Wilmette, Illinois. St. Augustine, Florida, which I've been there. It's one of America's greatest. I mean, not greatest, but oldest. It is a great place, but it's been known to be. It is the oldest city, and it's been known to have high spiritual sites. Again, I'm not saying these are the only places in the world, but I just thought it would be fun to do something for the US. Okay, so there are many other places. I just said that where there are portals. Okay, to me, the definition of a portal is just saying spirits can come in and out, but I believe humans can go in and out of portals too. Okay, so once a portal is open, it's very important to understand how to navigate. No one should just try to practice unless you are educated and you understand the practice. It's not something people should just get engaged in just for the experience, because we don't have control over portals. You know, when a portal is open, when it's closed, we don't have control over that. Also, you don't have to travel hundreds of miles away hoping to find a portal. We as humans beings, we are portals. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the different examples to show you that we are portals ourselves. So many spiritual practices have retained their sacred practices where the practitioner can be a portal. And I'm gonna give you an example as Christianity. Okay, that's one of the religions that practice where humans become portals. For example, when a person catches the Holy Spirit, they become a portal. The Holy Spirit comes through them. Okay, the only difference between the Christianity Holy Spirit when it possesses a person in other spiritual practices is the Christian Holy Spirit is usually incoherent, if not all the time. It's incoherent, and the Spirit speaks in what the Christians call it speaks in tongue, which means the people don't understand it. And the Holy Spirit, the people don't understand the Holy Spirit, but they know it's the Holy Spirit. But in other spiritual systems, like Voodoo, Hindu, and other sacred practices, that's not, you know, um, I guess they're not out here in the public where we know the names. Other spiritual systems, their spirits, when their spirits come through their portal, which is the person, the practitioner, the spirit is very clear. The spirit speaks the language of the people. The spirits, they eat, they dance, they engage, they demonstrate their power. I've experienced both. I've been in the Christian church where the Holy Spirit come through, and I know other people have experienced it. And I've been in other spiritual practices where the Spirit comes through, talk like I'm talking to you. They know what's going on. So yeah, you are dealing with being a portal, whether you a Christian and you're catching the Holy Spirit, or you're practicing a spiritual system where the spirits come through and they actually communicate and you understand what they're saying. Okay, I got my notes. Okay, so we just went over one way we know that spirits come through and that the human being can be a portal. The possession in the church and other spiritual systems. So there's other ways where the human demonstrate they can be portals. Another way is that is very obvious, but we just don't think about it. It's been proven over and over is a mother giving birth is demonstrating human being a portal. A woman who is giving birth is being a portal, okay, because she's bringing in a spirit from another realm. And she's bringing that spirit from another realm to the earthly realm. Yes, a newborn is a spirit. The vagina is a portal. But under the oppressive system of patriarchy, the female has been reduced and just degraded, and people don't think about that. But since we are more than just flesh and blood, every person on earth went through a portal, which is their mother. Okay. So we're gonna talk about different ways besides being possessed by a spirit, which means they're using you as a portal because the spirit comes and now it's not you, it's that spirit. That happens in religion, okay, and that happens in spiritual practices. Although religion demonize these other practices, which is that's a whole nother video. I'm gonna stay focused. Okay, so another way that we can show that portals exist is so you feel a switch in the energy. You feel like a shift. Okay, that's when you realize you're either entered a portal or you're being used as a portal. Like, for example, one time I was driving with my daughter. We were going somewhere. I don't even remember why, but we were going somewhere to some office. But the place was about 45 minutes away from where we were staying. I've never been there before. I've never heard of the place before, but we're just driving there. So we're driving, and we get to the town. It wasn't spooky where people were like hiding in their house and being weird. It looked like a regular town. But the difference is like the energy, like the shift. It was crazy. I was the one driving. My daughter was the passenger, and we had the babies in the back. So I'm driving. We get to a certain spot where the whole energy shift, and me, my daughter, the children, and I remember I looked at my daughter and I said, "Do you? I feel different. Do you feel something?" And she said also, "Yeah, it looks weird, but we didn't understand at the time. We didn't understand what was going on." So we drove and we got to the office where we were supposed to go. Like everything about this place was so off. It was like, let me see, let me try to explain it because I have it here to give an example, but I really haven't thought about it. So we get there, and it wasn't an old place. It was pretty modern. I think that's what didn't make us think too much about it because it was pretty modern. And I got tired right away. I got tired. It wasn't like a 2 hour drive. It was about 30-minute drive. We get there. I'm tired. My daughter's tired. The baby's in the back seat. They're tired. So we went inside the building to go. I think we were trying to get birth certificates. I don't remember. Some like government office. We go into the building. It seems like nobody knew what they were doing. And they kept there was some confusion. There was like some serious confusion, and we didn't understand why. But this was around like 2020 when all the COVID stuff was going on. So we assume it was just, it's COVID and people are just confused. Nobody want to be there. Nobody want to do their job. So they told us to go somewhere and to go to another office, to Office Max or Office Depot to get something printed out. We did that. We came back. And then when we got back, the person was like, "Oh no, this person told you the wrong thing. You got to do this." We ended up having to go like take like 3 trips somewhere else to get whatever it was that we needed to get done. And then we realized there was nobody, like, we didn't see anybody in the town. It was almost like either everybody was inside or nobody's outside riding their bikes or walking their dogs. But I was tired. My daughter was tired. The children was tired, and the place was just off. In fact, I think I'm gonna ask my daughter if she remembers that because the whole place was off. And at the time, I didn't really think about it until recently. And I said, you know what? That was a different realm we went into. It was a different realm. It was a portal to something, but to this day, I still haven't figured it out. But the energy was so different than I've ever dealt with in any place that I've been. That's how I know it was like a portal. We went somewhere else. To make a long story short, it took every single like piece every single fiber in our being for us to do something that was like so simple. And we ended up getting whatever it was we came there to get. And then I remember my daughter was telling me, let's hurry up, let's get out of here because we just felt like we just needed to get out of there. So I put the our address back on the phone in the GPS, and we drove. The minute we drove like out of the town back to where we were staying, like the minute we drove out of the town, the kids, the children, they started playing, they started laughing and playing around. I felt better and my daughter felt better. The minute we left the town, we crossed that line, we went over the road, the whole energy changed. And I said, what the heck was that all about? So I know that was a whole different portal we went to, but I honestly can't say that I knew exactly what it was and the purpose because, again, this happened like 2 years ago, and I don't have enough, I guess, people who can I can talk to and we can put it all together, but I'm gonna figure it out. Okay, so if that ever happened to you where you go somewhere, even if it's not a town, but you might go to a town and your energy change and things just don't look right, but you don't know why. Or it might not even be a town. It might just be you go somewhere that you usually go to in your own town in certain spots where you just it's almost like you feel like you blacked out for about a second or two, right? And then the energy just shift like you missed something, but you know that you've been present the whole time. That's a portal. That's something that's going on in that area. So pay attention to that. Pay attention to that because there's portals anywhere, everywhere. Anything can be a portal. Okay, so let me see. So let's talk about people being possessed because that's an example of us being portals. A person who is being possessed, whether they agree to it or not, is a person that's being used as a portal. But if someone is being used as a portal and without their own consent, that's just someone who is unable to monitor or manage their own portal. So when I was driving, I think what happened to us was we entered a portal. And the crazy thing is, I don't remember the name of the town because it's somewhere I've never heard of before. But I would actually, if I remember the name of the town, I would actually like to go back and visit and feel if I feel the same thing. If it's the entire town that was like that, or is it the time of the day or the time of the year that we went that we felt it. So it was interesting. Also, we have authority over what we allow or what we open ourselves to. Like when we went into that town, our agreement was it was the closest town to get some government paper. So our intention was what we agreed to was to go and get some government paper. It wasn't for anything else. So we didn't give any authority to anybody, to any spirits to come through or anything like that. It was basically we're going there to get paper. Yeah, we may have entered a portal, but we weren't being used as a portal because at the time I had a very good understanding of spirits, portals, who I am, who we are, and what we're here to do. Okay. So to due to societies just us being taught to be afraid of things, we have lost connection with Earth Mother's knowledge. So people don't know what they feel and what it means. So somebody might be sitting there and there is a portal or a portal was just open, but they don't know what it is. It might just feel like okay, they're getting a headache or they're getting uncomfortable or they might just be confused because consciously and subconsciously there's a change that's happening in the energy, but the person doesn't know what it is. So it just feels like you either confused or you're dealing with anxiety. There's You might think you're just going crazy, you don't know what it is, but so you know something's taking place. So just pay attention to that. Okay. So, as we participate in celebrating life and death, remember that you are taking place in portal engagement. Okay. This is the season to just to have a great time, and if you can open your heart, open your mind, okay, to receive like positive energy, to receive healing, to receive and just to give gratitude, and just take control over what you're able to experience as you connect with portals, as portals are being more available, or I guess more powerful, where you can feel it. It's really up to us to decide, okay, what we want to deal with. Like for me, um, I'm aware of Halloween. I didn't grow up celebrating Halloween because that just wasn't my background and my culture. But I grew up where I saw people celebrating Halloween. Um, I never really wanted to celebrate it because I didn't really understand the whole aspect of it. But as I became more spiritual, I learned that Halloween, that whole season is very powerful, that it's real. So I don't necessarily celebrate Halloween. I celebrate another celebration that deals with like Haitian culture, and it's very very powerful. So I'm not gonna just dress up and say I'm this and I'm that. I'm gonna participate in a way that's going to empower me. So whatever I wear, that's the energy I want to call. Whatever I put on me, so I'm taking I guess authority, and I'm using it to empower myself. So as you celebrate the season, just be clear that you are in control what you want to connect with. And also, you don't have any control over the earth and what portals are, and what we can't do anything about it. It's not our place. So whether or not you participate in in different um things like parties, things that are taking place, remember that portals are active, and there's nothing we can do about it as humans. For Eon, those who have sacred knowledge, they've used this season's energy to receive and to be productive. So that's what I want to do as well. Okay, and also, it's not hard to believe, or it's not hard to understand that we can move from different realms. I don't think that's so hard to understand to me. I'm like, well, that makes sense. Yeah, it may not be something that's available or that's just powerful all year, but yeah, I can see how the universe, Earth Mother, the all the powers say, okay, certain times you let go a little bit, and then it's more flexible, and you're able to navigate and move into different realms. That's how I see the season. Because we live, we die, and we're born. So I know before I was born, I was somewhere, and after I pass away, I'm gonna be somewhere. So yeah, there are different realms, and it's nothing to be afraid of. Okay. So if there is a time of the year where portals are open, or they're more reachable, why not use it to your benefit? Okay, so my hope is to help, I guess, ease some of the pain people have around this time of the year. Is for me is to help remove some of the fear that we were taught, so that way we can use the energy to benefit us. Okay, so yes, portals are real. It makes sense. it makes sense that different seasons bring different things, different energy. That's all it is. Um, I'm positive there's portals everywhere. And if we pay attention when we're interacting or when we're going into one, we can feel it. And just because things are made to be spooky and scary, you don't have to be afraid of that. In fact, embrace it because that's an energy that's powerful as well. Um, Death is not scary. It's not something to fear. And I feel like this season, this time of the year, it gives you that opportunity to express it, to embrace it, because it's part of life. I hope you enjoyed this session. Remember to follow and like on Facebook, Nature Spirit Academy, and also on TikTok. And remember to stay free. Let's get wild. Stay wild. Thank you for watching Nature Spirit Academy.